Hey, it's Thursday night, 3 days before the greatest tournament ever, SummerSlam. And this is Tackle Shop Live. Hey, welcome to another edition of Tackle Shop Live. Where were you when the lights went out in Georgia?
The next day you called me.
A little dark in here, but we're going to make it happen.
You came over and you fell into my arms.
What's going on, Al Armour?
Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you.
How are you doing, buddy? Lane Graves fishing. How are you, Crappy Kev? What's going on, Patrick Kingery? TP2273. What's up, man? Tim McCC. What? Robert Donahue. How are you, buddy? Thanks for everything, pal. Iron Outdoorsman, how are you, man? Good to see you. I'm Green Fish Machine, as always. You better believe it. Stacks Fishing, yeah, every Thursday night, baby. Chopin! What is going on, man? Gilbert? Evening, man. Everybody's here. Michael Bradley, Conway Hayden, Warren Cottrell, Robert Murray. Miller Lights. Yeah, baby. Robert Mills, how are you? Mike Hare, how are you doing, man? Edward Ranowski, Joe Hepp, Jeff Santangelo, the man, the myth, the legend. David Schottlemeyer. Can you follow that up? My gosh. Ray, how are you, Ray Cruz? Good seeing you, buddy. Jerry Kreiser, how are you? Frank Garvey. Shane McNaughton. Hi, Shane. Joseph Cascarino. Big Joe, always in the house. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Let me tell you something. Joa Rola. Did I hit that right? Ranola. Portugal. My man. How are you, buddy? Thank you so much, Joe. Danny Powers, Eric Householder, buddy, how you doing? Matt Robbins is here. Kirk Blackador. Man, I tell you what, we got everybody in the house. Welcome to another great edition of Tackle Shop Live. Man, we have been ripping around here. I mean, ripping. The tournament is going really good. We're packing the house. We got a huge tournament coming up this Sunday down on the Chesapeake Bay. A lot of you guys are registered for it, and we are looking forward to having a wonderful tournament down there. And let me tell you something, the weather is looking to be phenomenal weather, and the bass are going to be jumping in the boat. You're not even going to need hooks for this one, fellas. This is and ladies. This is going to be a absolute unbelievable hammer fest down there. We are so excited about it. But we've been taking a lot of applications in. We've been working hard. We've been trying to keep up with everybody. And I know you guys have a lot of questions. It's real simple. It's real super simple. Show up at the tournament and come up to the table, pull your number. If you want to get in lunker, if you want to get in the option pot, you pay that, and then you are ready to go. And this is the tournament for people that don't know already. This is the tournament where everybody is a winner. We give out what you do is with our sponsors, you buy $250 worth of tackle, and that's your registration fee for the tournament. So essentially, if you have a bad day, because we all have them. I mean, we all do. Let's face it. It's a tough fishery down there some days. And some days you just don't get on the right rotation and you just don't catch them. And That's a bummer. But in this tournament, it's not a bummer because you get to win your tackle. You get to keep your tackle, and that $250 you spent is already in your boat, hanging out in the rod lockers, in the tackle boxes, on your reels, whatever. It's all right there, and you are a winner. So everybody's a winner. It's a real laid-back tournament. We are laid-back guys. We want to make sure everybody has fun down there. So that's what it's about. It's about having a good time, about great company, and hanging out with some really great, cool people, and talking fishing and talking just life, just having a great time. And this is a tournament where the weigh-in, you stay, you hang out, you just stand around, you watch, you cheer, you do whatever. And then we do the tackle toss, and we throw a ton of tackle in the air, and everybody grabs tackle. And that's the icing on the cake for this tournament. It's a great time. This is not one where you're wet track. If you have a bad day, you hang out. It gets better. We have fun. We laugh. We have a great time. So this is a great tournament. We want you to hang out with us. We like to see a big crowd at the weigh-in, which we always get with everybody. What do you think, Nick?
Well, something you said there, you ever been to a tournament where you lose, most tournaments, you don't win most.
Yeah.
But you lose, and you're like, it's hard to feel happy for whoever wins.
Yeah.
Because you're still in the doldrums of the day.
Yeah.
This is an easy tournament to feel good for whoever wins, because at the end of the day, you won too.
Yeah.
Because you got your tackle.
Yeah.
You got to fish with the person that you really wanted to spend your time with.
Yeah.
And I'm sure no matter what, you learned something.
Yeah.
On the water, you learned
every time.
And even if you learned a lot of what not to do,
yeah,
you still learned something.
You learned something.
That's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only that, Nick and I, we go out in the water.
Yeah.
We go out in the water with the camera.
Yep.
And we might even jump on your boat.
Oh, we're going to be out there.
We might even jump on your boat and interview you right on the water.
That's right.
We're going to bounce around. We're going to see guys. We're going to videotape guys. We're going to ask questions. We're going to be bothering you. We're going to jump on your boat. We
got the perfect weather for it
We got the perfect weather. Last year was terrible. We couldn't do it that well. It was like, it was just bad.
We're going to be out there.
But this year we're going to be out there. We're going to jump on your boat. We're going to interview you on the water.
Right.
We are going to have a great time out there. So it's just a great time. It's a good time to have the idea behind it is we want everybody to experience a tournament. We want everybody to win. So that's why we put this on. We want you guys to win, and everybody is a winner with the purchase of tackle. So that's the entry fee. That's the tournament. That's what's going on this weekend. And guess what, Nick? You have one more day to sign up.
One more day.
One more day. As long as we get your application by Friday at 6:00, you are in the tournament.
Yeah, because next week at this time, we're going to have the winners on this show.
Yeah, we are.
But then you're going to see people, I wish I would have got in.
Yeah.
There's no excuses because the weather's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
There's no excuse not to be there.
There's no excuse. No. And we want everybody to come. We welcome all people of all shapes and sizes. And listen, as long as you have a live well that's recirculating and the fish can do well in the live well, bring whatever boat. You can win a tournament. We saw a guy one year win a tournament. We were standing on the bank watching at the weigh-in site, and they were just outside of the cutoff area, and they won a tournament right there. So you can do it right there. You don't have to run all over the place. It's a very, very good time, and we would love all you guys to come. Now, we're filling up super quick, Nick. Filling up super quick. There is some spots left. And if you want to get in, you have time. You can make a purchase online. You can come in here tomorrow and make a purchase. Or you can do it online. As long as I have your application and as long as I have your purchase by 6:00, you're in. Because Caitlin and I are going to close everything out after 6:00. And we are going to get everybody signed in and make sure everybody's good to go. And we will have the tournament. Now, everybody that's registered already, all you got to do is show up in the morning, come to the weigh-in table or the registration table, pull your number. If you paid already, great for lunker and option. If you don't want to get in it, you don't have to. And that's it. Pull your number, jump in your boat, hang out until we blast off. 6 o'clock is what we're shooting for. And we'll get you going as quick as possible in the morning. And we're to check in at 2 o'clock is when we start the check-in. Usually the way it works is you get assigned a flight number, and we'll have 10 flights at least, George?
I would say 10, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have at least 10 flights. So, 15-minute intervals so it doesn't get too busy at the ramp. Everybody who complained about getting out of the water last year, that's your own fault. Tie up to the dock somewhere, go somewhere, hang out, come over here, hang out at the weigh-in, leave your boat in the water, spend some time, do some camaraderie with all of us guys. And next thing you know, you're going to look over and the ramp is totally clear an hour or so after the weigh-in. And then you just go walk up, get your truck, you back right in. There's no problem. So,
Yeah, rule number 1, George.
Don't be in a hurry.
never be in a hurry. Yeah. So that's why we do this. That's why we start at 2 o'clock so that everybody can get out of there, by 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it's not really late and you had a good time. That's what it's all about right there. So, any questions, you can call the shop. Any other questions, look on the rules online and that'll explain all that. And we really look forward to seeing all the guys from Tackle Shop Live Nation to be there and hang out and talk and let us know what you think of the show. Let us know whatever. We're there to hang out with you guys and just have a really good day. What do you got anything to add to that, George?
I do, of course. Absolutely. Most of the people have been waiting on just waiting on pins and needles. I got a few things. First of all, I looked at the moon phase, the sonar tables, the tide chart, the marine forecast, my logbooks over the last 40 years, and I put together that the weigh-in on Sunday is going to break the internet.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, I would like to put out there another bonus. So now we have the $1,000 Town Marine. You could have bought anything from them. You get $1,000. You could have bought anything.
Well, not only that, George.
Oh, well, I ain't done yet, fella. I
Yeah.
ain't done yet.
Well, that goes with Town Marine.
Well, you got the Skeeter. This tournament has been sanctioned by Real Money.
Yeah, just last minute, and that's an announcement we wanted to make
In about
tonight.
a week or so.
It's kind of last minute.
That is last minute in my world.
It's kind of last minute, and it's the Skeeter Money.
Real Money.
Real money, real
Skeeter-
money max.
Yeah, and Real Money Max. We got the we got registered for it, and they okayed the tournament. So potentially, you have a opportunity to win another $10,000 if you win this event.
That ain't chump change.
Heck no.
And
I don't see Boyd Duckett giving out $10,000 at events.
so there's rules and regulations for that, and you need to go to that website and you need to register.
Well, there is so many. What do they call them? Contingencies.
Yeah.
If you're a regular tournament angler and you have any equipment at all, there's electronics contingencies, boat contingencies, motor, truck. You better just go search it out because you're probably driving around in a package that even if it's a 2007 like mine, you can still get paid decent money. There's power pole, captain's cash. You better get it right, people, because there's a lot of money that you're letting on the table.
You ain't kidding.
Guess what? Next, going to tell you about some more.
Yeah.
What, this one?
More money.
Well, yeah. The Skeeter one?
No. The one we talked about earlier.
The one that you made up.
Yeah.
The Dirty 30.
The Dirty 30, baby.
So, George, great idea. If you hit the
don't
dirty,
forget, I consulted the sonar tables, the lunar tables, the tide tables, the marine forecast,
right.
and my notes.
So I'm going to set you up here, George. If you and your teammate hit the Dirty 30, what do you get, George?
Well, first of all, let me clarify. 29.15 is not 30.
That's right.
Yeah.
and don't come up to me and say, "Oh, I had 29.15." Well, that's a hell of a bag. But where's my bonus? It ain't 30 pounds, bro. Each of you gets a $100 gift card to SFT, tackle.com, or you come up here in the shop and spend it.
Yeah.
No expiration date.
Yeah.
So if you want to wait until Bass Fest next year, it's good.
It's good.
You want to wait till Bass Fest, then the year after that, it's good.
Yeah.
We're going to need a sheet of paper next year for all the contingency packages.
Oh, man. Well, I was just sitting back there thinking about how big these bags are going to be. And because what I was thinking was, fellas, is, you know, not that we can fish, but if we could fish, what would we do to win this thing? And I got to thinking, what's it going to take? Well, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, you know, I've only ever saw a 130-pound bag down there. And actually, the guy that caught it was 14 at the time with his dad.
Yeah.
And now he's telling me it was 29.15.
Yeah.
I don't know if he remembers stuff straight. Nate, if you're watching, I'm pretty sure you're wrong about that.
Yeah. Well, you know, but the big thing is that we last minute, and I want to just give a shout out to Town Marine, and they're jumping in and sponsoring this event, because if you owned any boat that you bought from,
Mine's legal.
yeah,
2007.
any boat you bought from Town Marine in the last 10 years,
Oh, mine's not legal.
10 years, yeah, yeah.
That Kevin's tight, man.
Yeah, no, it's 10 years. That's a long time. If you bought a boat from Kevin in the last 10 years from Town Marine, you are automatically registered for the $1,000 bonus money
I like that.
for the winner of that
Yeah, for the highest
ranking team.
Mhm.
So if the guy wins and he bought his boat from yada yada somewhere else,
You could win a lot of money.
the second place guy bought it from somewhere else. The third place guy bought it from town. The third place guy gets the $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's you know, that's extra money.
That doesn't suck.
Not only that, but George and I, you know, and SFT, we're paying out over $8,000.
We're, you know, we like to pad that payouts, and so we're going to pad this. We're going to pad her up depending on how many boats we have.
Yeah. But
Plus, we got the dirty 30 bonus.
yeah, it's over $8,000 in cash that we're paying out. So it's a big freaking deal, and it's a big event. It's a big tournament, and so you have this contingency. And then just last week, Kevin told us that Skeeter is going to give us the
real money.
Yep. The Skeeter real money, and that we're eligible for it. So the highest ranking Skeeter owner has an opportunity to win up to $10,000. So that's a huge freaking deal.
This is a big tournament.
That's a big tournament. So there you have it. It's a great deal. It's great for everybody. And this is the eve of it. We got 3 days until the tournament. Now, if you're not in a tournament and you just can't do it for whatever reasons, please come down to the weigh-in. Come down to Northeast Maryland at Anchor Marine and come to the weigh-in. It's a blast. It's fun. You can get in the crowd and still be involved with the tackle toss. This is for everybody. We want you to be there. We want you to hang out with us. Take your wife down, get some lunch at one of the great restaurants in Northeast Maryland. There's great seafood down there. And then come on over to the weigh-in at 2:00. I get there at 1:30 for pre-tournament weigh-in. And it's going to be a ball. We're going to have a great time. So,
hey guys, and George, I know you're very much into this, and so are you, Mike.
Yeah.
It's early in the season, and the guys that you bring in from, was it Chester County?
yeah,
They do a great job.
yeah.
Tremendous.
But what are just some considerations that people that are in the tournament can do for fish care in this tournament?
So that's a great question. So this is what I highly recommend. So it's going to be 88 to 90 degrees on Sunday. So that's significant because it's the first real hot couple of days in like the peak of the spawning season. So if you're new to the sport, of tournament fishing, or if you're a veteran of tournament fishing, there's a few really easy, not time-consuming steps that you can do to ensure that you return your catch back to the water in good shape. You catch a 7-pounder or a 6-pounder, you're carrying around a 15-plus-year-old fish.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame for that fish to die because you didn't take proper care of it, even though it was no intention of yours to do that. So here's 3 things you can do. Number 1, fill your live well when you get to your spot in the morning. Turn your pumps on, fill your live well. Turn your pumps off. Put your recirc on. Put it on timer because there's no fish in there. But start pumping, start building that oxygen level up. Okay? Recirc, not outside water. Recirculate what's in the tank. Big difference. On your way to the tournament in the morning, stop and buy 3 or 4 bags of ice. 3 or 4 bags. 2's not enough. Put them in your cooler. Bring a cooler. Whatever you got to do, get the ice. I know it's a problem. You're going to stop and get coffee anyways.
Well, the fish are what it's all about.
Exactly.
I mean, this is where we have to take that next level and make sure that we return those fish better than when we caught them. And this is what's going to do that.
It helps. Number 3, get yourself some live well additive. Rejuvenade, G-Juice from TH Marine, whatever. I'm not here to debate the merits of one over the other. Follow the instructions. Put that in your live well in the morning. Start catching your fish. Pay attention. If you get a flurry and you get like 3 fish in there real quick, switch that recirc pump to constant on. Take it off timer, put it on constant run. That thing's going to run for the rest of the day, nonstop. And as you start to feel it get warm, you're going to start putting like a half a bag of ice in that live well, or a third of a bag of ice in that live well every hour or so. About an hour, maybe a little over an hour. Just dump it in there. Your live well additive will neutralize what's in that ice water as it melts, like chlorine and whatever other helpful chemicals they put in our ice.
Yeah.
That will be neutralized. That live well additive will stimulate the slime coat on the fish. That live well additive will harden their scales. It'll calm them down. Don't overuse it. Follow the instructions. Now, here's the trick. If you start catching fish first thing in the morning, okay, as that day goes on, there is waste coming off those fish. They're nervous. They're puking up. They're creating waste, which generates ammonia.
Mm-hmm.
So ammonia is very, very bad. So if you're making a little run from point A to point B, reach over and just crack that live well just a quarter of an inch and let that air just rush in and out of there and get that ammonia out of there. And about halfway through the day, pump your live wells out and repeat the process. Your fish will be as healthy as is humanly possible when kept in captivity.
Yeah, those things come out of there, man. When they're kept well, you can tell those things are kicking and screaming all the way. I mean, they're so active. They're the ones that are flipping on the scale when you're trying to weigh them. They're just in there going, they're just not happy. They're like ready to go, man. They got switchblades on them and they got knives and stuff and they're ready to kill somebody. That's how you know you did a good job with your fish. It's hard for us to weigh them. And that's what you want. That's what you want. We want to carry the fish, the biggest point of the day.
And last but not least, when you get back to the boat dock and you're getting your weigh-in bag, which you come up and get ours, because we control the number of bags that go out because we don't want a big bag line. Ours have mesh liners. You're going to pull that mesh liner out. You're going to put it in a oxygenated, chilled, treated tank. Last but not least, when you get back to the marina and you're getting ready to fill your live well, don't fill your live well bag out of the water over the side of the boat. That water's nasty.
Super warm. It's different temperature.
Pump
What's
the
in your
water out of your live well into your bag, or put your bag down in your live well and scoop it up.
Yeah.
Either way, use the water they've been living in for the last 4 hours or 5 hours, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And then your fish will be
great shape.
fine and dandy. If you have a fish you want weighed for lunker, put a tag, leave a cull tag on it so that when you come up and it's your turn to weigh,
You know which one it is.
you know which one it is. You're
Mhm.
not like, well,
Mm-hmm.
might be. No. There's 200 boats that are going to weigh in. Be prepared. It's kind of like when you go to launch in the morning. By the time you hit the boat ramp, boat's ready. Tie downs are off. Boat's ready. Your turn to launch. Boater in the boat. Driver back the trailer down. Turn the headlights off and launch. So you don't blind a guy that's positioning next. We can put 200 boats in the water at an amazing pace if we all work together. So that's how you take care of your fish. And that's every tournament. And if you're a summertime angler, guess what? You might need more than 3 or 4 bags of ice. I mean, depending on where you're at, I've fished tournaments in the summer on Lake Erie where I've had 10 bags of ice in my boat. 10 bags.
Well, they're coming out of the real deep water. And
Coming out of 35 feet deep. It's 20 degrees difference in surface temperature. I'm chilling. Ideally, you want your live well at 10 degrees colder than surface temperature. So whatever it takes,
that's what it's all about. So everybody who's joining us right now, thank you so much for joining Tackle Shop Live. We come at you every Thursday night, and we talk fishing, we talk tackle, we talk technique. My name is Mike Acord. This is George Acord. Behind the camera is cameraman Nick.
Can't see him.
And you can't see cameraman Nick, but it's a little dark in here tonight, and we lost a light right over top of us today, and we tried
ballast.
A ballast, so we couldn't change the bulbs out, and it's a little dark. We got a little different light over here, so if you see in the picture and you're like, man, they don't have a great picture, that's just because our lighting is a little bit messed up. But
we're struggling.
This is what we do. We've been doing this for a long time, and we're going to continue to do it for a long time. We love talking fishing, and we love talking tackle. And
it might be a little raw.
And it is raw. This is we are tackle shop guys, so we talk whatever's hot, whatever's happening, what's going on, and we bounce around. And I hope that everybody learns something from what this show does. We don't know everything, but we've learned a lot of stuff over the years, and we'd like to let everybody know what we know and what we've learned from the guys. We're very, very fortunate to be we hang out with some of the very, very elite fishing guys in the world, and have opportunities to sit down with them at dinner and talk to them. And this is stuff that we've applied for our own fishing to make us better fishermen, and that's what we're passing on to you guys. So, and we've been in business for 37 years. This May was 37 years, and we've been selling tackle and fishing tackle, and learned a lot about the tackle business and what goes on. And that's what we talk about here: fishing, tackle, fishing, and techniques. And we appreciate everybody for stopping by tonight. And this is our favorite segment of the show, and we call this Tackle Talk. We're a tackle shop. We love talking about tackle, and this is Tackle Talk section of our show. And George, what is happening? What is hot? What is your deal for tonight, bro?
Well, I got a two-pronged approach.
Two-prong.
Yep.
Sometimes,
First of all,
sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4.
You never know.
I like the 2.
You never know.
Sounds good.
I start taking notes as soon as this show ends for next week.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about rods. We have a very exciting launch of the new Zodius B series. And they've been dribbling and drabbling in, but here the last week, they've been rolling in heavy. And I think tomorrow there's like 7 more models coming in. We're about almost complete on that. So there's some very unique rods in this launch. There's 11 new models, as I've been saying.
You know, the funny thing is, the word's getting out because a lot of people have been coming in and buying these rods.
Yeah, we've been rolling them out of here.
And the thing about it is like you said, they're very specialized tapers, and and every time George and I talk about it, we get more excited about this rod line because they nailed what we needed.
There's 11 new models that I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to talk about 3 of them tonight because
people are learning about them and they're getting crazy about
I've
it.
never seen these kind of rods before, and just the way it's done. So that's very exciting. Also, the new IMX Pro launch, which we've been talking about, maybe a rod a week. Well, I have another rod for you this week.
That's another line that everybody's excited about.
This is IMX Pro is great. I have unique models that you've never seen before in Loomis, and I'm going to bring up one of those tonight. And then with our tournament coming up, you know, there's no mystery that tidal water fisheries, particularly in the spring, you make hay with a chatterbait, right? So we're going to talk about a chatterbait rod. And a chatterbait rod that was designed by Alex Davis, who is a Shimano Pro staffer, a
Guide.
Lake Gunnersville guide, a Major League Fishing tournament pro. And he's just an all-around good guy that has it going on. We're going to talk about a rod he designed for chatterbait fishing. So tonight's Tackle Talk
Sounds pretty
is
good.
rod-centric.
Yeah.
How you like that word?
I like it.
Huh?
I like it.
Rod-centric.
People
All right.
people commented last week about your words that you were using.
Tremendous vocabulary. Absolutely
People
tremendous.
came in and they were like, "How that was a pretty impressive word George used there last
Tremendous.
week." I forget what the word was. It was what was it, Nick?
Well, I don't know what it was, but Caitlin's gonna have to start like putting in like what that word meant in the comments.
Right.
She ain't built for that kind of work. You gotta get up early to keep up. Listen, I want to tell you, I'm not. I mean, when I talk about products, in case you're not sure, yes, I am trying to sell you something. Okay, but I'm going to sell it anyways.
You're passionate about tackle after
it's all
after
going
all
to get
these
sold
years.
anyways. So don't think I'm necessarily trying to cram it down your throat. I'm bringing this to you because
it's exciting for us.
This is good stuff.
It's exciting for us, and we've been at this a long time, and we still have super excitement when the doors open in the back and a truck is unloading boxes in the store that are new product. We get giddy.
Well, you guys are anticipating it all when we see it in an iCast.
We get giddy, man. We're like, oh man, is this that new? Let's get them out. It's fun.
Pump the brakes, truck driver.
What do you mean? You're giddy. Look at you. You're giddy right now.
All right, I'm going to bring this first rod out. I got a pile over here that you can't see. And I mean, now we're going to start off with the IMX Pro. Okay. The new IMX Pro, it's probably a second generation of IMX Pro, third generation of IMX.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very light. To recap.
Yeah.
The IMX Pros are very light. Now, the only thing that's ever been said as a negative towards IMX Pro previous generation was the weight. They were a heavier rod. Like when you pick a Loomis up, you expect it to be like this. But as we've discussed at length, sensitivity-wise,
yeah,
IMX Pro is, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's as sensitive as anything they make.
It's way up there.
My theory, and no one has debated me yet, but my theory is there's nothing left to feel. We're at the point in these rods now where whether this is more sensitive or an NRX is more sensitive or just keep naming rods, it's hard to say when there's nothing left to feel. You're feeling everything, okay? A great debate. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting.
Yeah.
But this rod right here, man, this rod right here has hit home with me. So probably the greatest spinning rod that Loomis has ever made has been an 852.
Absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah. So Mike, what's the numbers mean?
Well, the 85 is the inches.
Length in inches.
That is the length of the rod in inches, and the power is the 2. So the power is the last number.
So 2 is a medium.
Yeah, 2 is a medium. And what's really cool about Loomis is those, you can follow those last numbers, those power numbers, and really set up your arsenal with those numbers for different styles of fishing. And they're right on. They're spec on through the whole entire line. And they're probably the only company that really, they're the ones that started the power by number. They did.
Oh, that whole numbering system is Loomis.
Yeah, that's been their MO since day one.
There's a dozen rod companies out there that use the same numbering system.
Right.
But here's the cool thing. The 852 is probably like, I'm just going to say number 1 in the bass market. And some of the series have an 853, which is a medium heavy. Doesn't sell nearly as much. It's not nearly as attractive. A lot of people like it.
Yeah,
but it's not
more of a large mouth,
the
heavier
same
lure
level,
type of thing.
okay?
Right.
I like it.
Yeah.
Then there's a 6.8 version, 802, 803.
Right.
But there's never been a 7.1 medium light, 851 until
right now.
Probably never be able to focus on this with, the ballast shut out, blown up, shards of glass,
lighting is
electrical sparks just cascading down around us.
That's not bad. We did the best we could with light, and I think everybody understands that.
851, 7.1. Now, extra fast. So check this out. Here's the 1 power. Look at that. That is extra fast.
That is a true extra fast for them.
Look at that. That is an look at that. That is an extra. This is your 1 power. Okay. This back in here, you can call that whatever you want. This rod right here.
I call that kick ass.
Is a finesse, power finesse rod. That's what I'm going to call it. I mean, drop shot to
Ned rig,
shaky head. I would never, ever buy this rod for fishing anything until they built it. And now I'm like, man, this is insane. So if you're looking for a finesse rod that's got some balls, you need to check this out. IMX Pro 851S, $450.
First time ever.
It is $450. So take that for what it's worth.
Well, it is, George, but George and I have in our boat, Nick, we have 2 or 3, maybe even 4 rods that are over 20 years old that are IMX or GLX. And they're still relevant to this date. So keep that in mind when you're buying these rods. These are 20-year-old rods that we are fishing with still to this day, and they're relevant. They're great rods. I got an 843 IMX and an 843 GLX that are at least 20 years old, caught thousands of fish. I had to get guides wrapped on it. I had to get guides fixed because of my, hardcore jacking on giants all the time. But these rods are still relevant. So $450 was that something you would spend for 20 years of service?
They stand the test of time.
They stand the test of time. That's a great way of putting it, Nick.
Quality.
So
next up, I want to talk to you about 3 models of Zodius. Told you up front on the intro, the Zodius B has got our attention. This rod line is, shall I say, has received a facelift. So we have the obvious, okay, which is a CI4 reel seat, which the Zodius A had. CI4 is a proprietary carbon fiber enhanced reel seat, exposed blank, obviously, built by Shimano or whoever outsources it for them for their rods only. And it's exposed blank, perfect fit to the diameter blank, no shims. Right in here, right there, right there. Those slots are all the way through. Possible hook keeper location. Possible, depending on what you're doing. Here's their new designed hook keeper. If you're fishing a drop shot, you can lay your drop shot in here like this, and the line will go through that gap. This hook keeper gives you like multiple configurations of how to hook your hook up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. But here's what's really interesting. Of course, you got the monocoque handle, hollow carbon, blank through, transmission of the vibrate. This thing's legit, okay? But look at this. If you're like the whole BFS world, it's BFS every day. BFS, BFS, BFS. A lot of questions from a lot of people. A lot of new people to BFS are, as with anything new, you know, there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Why, what, when, how? Well, here is something you don't see a lot of. This is a 6.8 ultralight BFS.
Yeah, that's here. I'll get that. Look at that tip, man. And that's a true, like, it's not like ultralight, but it's really ultralight. It's just light. It's different than anything they made.
I mean, you throw a Karashi 80.
I think it's
until there's no line left.
George, wouldn't you say that this is the most legit BFS rod that they made so far?
Shimano?
Yeah.
That one Corrado 6.8 light BFS is pretty freaking legit.
Yeah, that's legit.
This is real legit.
Yeah, that
one. What I like about this, it's a little lighter.
Yeah, it is.
So if you're going to fish true BFS, or almost true BFS, this is your guy.
Now, when you say BFS, what's the heaviest line that you would talk about?
Well, it depends. If I'm fishing true BFS, you know, that would be like even lighter than this. I don't do that. I fish.
No. I'm just saying that our BFS that we're talking about here.
I mean, 8-pound test.
Yeah, I would say in fluorocarbon it would be 8-pound test, and what's really cool is a lot of guys will go with this really high tech braid stuff. The Seagar, what is that really high tech
PX8?
Yep, the PX8, and you can get some of that real. You know, you can get 16-pound. That's like a
16-pound diameter would be the equivalent of like a 3-pound test model.
Yeah, so you can get that on there and put that on your BFS reel, and it casts great. It does. It's exactly what that line, I think, is where that line really shines, is on that BFS. But
the biggest thing I learned about BFS last year with the drought, the coast to coast drought.
Yeah.
BFS was huge because clear water, low water, skitterish, a lot of challenging days everywhere.
Yeah.
And what BFS did was generate a bunch of bites. Okay.
Is it just a small fish deal?
No, it's not a small fish deal. So
I think that's a big myth with BFS.
No, that is well, okay. Yeah. This is what happens when you go there, okay? You poke the bear.
I knew I was going to get him fired up on this.
Here's the deal with making statements that are generic. You don't know, okay? If you make statements that are generic about anything, we know that you don't know. Because
Yeah.
you will say something that only
Yeah.
an experienced angler would know. Like a BFS rod. Let's just say this. Do you fish your 10-foot diving crankbaits on a spinning rod?
No,
Do you fish your chatterbait on a spinning rod?
no,
Do you fish most of your cast and retrieve type lures on a spinning rod?
no.
But if you downsize into a realm that few do with micro chatterbait, with, 1/8 ounce 2-foot diver,
Yeah.
with a Karashi 80,
Yeah.
with a, oh, you get my point.
Yeah, I got you.
You're going to want to do it on a casting rod
Yeah.
because of the benefits of cast and retrieve lures on casting rods.
Right.
And there's always been rods that you could do this on that weren't called BFS, but they had lower limitations.
Yeah.
BFS rod does not have that lower limitation. And the more importantly than that, or equally important than that, is the reel. The spool has to spin quickly.
Yeah.
The rod has to load with a 1/16 of an ounce.
Yeah.
So
Hence the light tips.
I know me. I'm not interested in fishing a BFS Megabass Griffin on a spinning rod. Hell, I don't even like to fish shad wrap on a spinning rod.
Yeah, I mean,
In the wintertime.
no, but we never had an option until
Well,
the last
we
several
do.
years.
We now do.
Now, yeah, exactly. And what's very unique about BFS is and what we're seeing is the guys that are throwing this stuff. The comments they make after they buy a BFS and they go out and fish with it. They're just pleasantly surprised. They're so happy to be able to throw those baits on a bait caster that it gives them the control, gives them the accuracy, gives them the power and the sensitivity that you feel on a bait caster that you don't feel on a spinning rod. It's a different aspect, and it's absolutely legit. I mean, it's absolutely legit. And so you didn't answer my question about, is it just a small fish?
No, I did answer your question. It's not.
Yeah.
Big fish eat little baits. And, take an insect hatch, for example. Take a mayfly hatch. You go to your lake and you had a big mayfly hatch the night before, and you're like, oh, they've been gorging on giant mayflies by the billions all night long. Well, now you can adapt with a micro-sized Pop R.
Yeah.
Now you can adapt with the Karashi 80. I mean, the original Karashi.
Yeah.
Now you can adapt with, a 70 size jerkbait.
Yeah.
So BFS, listen, if you don't fish that way, then that's cool. But if you do, I'd be looking at some BFS. And what's interesting about this Zodius, it's a 6'8" ultralight.
I love it. I freaking love that rod.
ZDC, Zebra David Charlie, 68 UL P. So it's an ultralight plus,
Yep.
which is what we were trying to say.
Yep.
It's not really an ultralight. It's not really a light.
Right.
It's kind of like a light with an ultralight tip.
Yeah, exactly.
Ultralight plus BFS.
I think the plus means
Super light.
I think the plus with this is bass market. You know what I mean? Smallmouth, stream fishing for smallies. It's a bass market ultralight. And that's the thing about it. It's not a trout market rod. So there's two different styles of BFS. There's trout glass rod blanks, and then there's graphite ultralight tips that throw the light stuff, but then a little bit of kick-ass backbone to get the job done when you hook them. That's the difference between them, in my mind.
The other one, and I think we might have talked about this. This is a 7-1 light BFS. And again, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
That they went this way because it's 7-1. Again, most BFS rods are like true BFS are under 6'6". BFS bass rods, like Mike and I and Nick like to call them, are like 6'8"
Yeah.
to 7. There's not many 7s.
No, there's not.
This is a 7-1
That's
light.
Very unique. Extra fast. It doesn't feel much different than the ultralight, except for it is a little bit stiffer, but that taper's the same. Gives you some distance, absolute distance with that.
If you're a bass guy and you want to get into BFS to be able to, this rod right here with a BFS reel, you could probably empty the spool.
Yeah.
Throwing a Karachi.
Yeah.
And George, I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought that up because for the listeners, and I know there was a question on here, what reels do you guys recommend for the BFS?
Yeah, we have a couple of them.
I just so happen to be standing next to one.
He knows the guy.
Yeah, we really like the Corrado BFS. Beautiful reel. Cast
So-
great.
One of the things that's interesting to me is I'm seeing a lot of guys come in here that have never used BFS that are buying $500 to $700 exotic BFS reels. And that's cool if that's what you're into.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a good friend of mine who wears Rolex watches. I'm a Casio guy myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is America. You work hard, you play hard. I freaking support what you do. But if you're new to BFS fishing and you went out and bought yourself a $700 BFS reel, don't come around here because I'll stand on the front porch and bang a little 10th-ounce jig head off the rock wall across the street with this and with a Tatula 70. And you don't be, you can come around, please, but don't brag on your $700 reel. Now, again, we like good things here. We like nice things also. So we obviously have those reels. But this, from what we found casting these reels, this Corrado BFS and the Tatula BFS, they're legit.
Yeah.
They're not, I mean, they're, it's a quality reel you're spending some coin on, but
Yeah.
they're legit.
They are.
Now, is there other awesome reels out there? Absolutely. The Aldebaran BFS is, that exotic car, if you're that into that exotic, which I think is awesome. But, we're not going to cover we're not going to run down all the reels.
Yeah, there's a great selection of them out there.
This is primo.
Yeah, the Daiwa and this Corrado right here
Primo
is absolutely legit. It will you can dump that whole spool, if you don't pretty easily without any kind of problem casting it.
So those two rods were very, very interesting. Now, the next two rods I'm only going to show you one of, and I think you're going to really enjoy these. So Shimano always did a glass crankbait rod in their high power X series, which would be Corrado, Zodius, and X Pride. So they always did a glass with the carbon tape wrap. So the carbon tape wrap, when you look at the X crisscross pattern on the outside of those blanks, that's a carbon tape, a roll that starts on the butt, wraps at an angle to the tip, crosses. Now you have opposing wraps coming back down. Depending on the style of rod, that carbon tape is either thinner or thicker. For the amount of strength needed, adds virtually no weight, and it enhances the rod, the lifting strength, the power, without adding weight. So and then the type of graphite that's laid up they call High Power X. Well, what they did in all those series, Corrado, Zodius, and X Pride is they made a beautiful lineup of glass rods with that same carbon tape on the blank. So you got a glass rod, kind of like a carbon feel, kind of like a hybrid, not a blend. Well, now they have, you're going to look through the list of rods, and you know, Shimano doesn't do a great job of explaining it. And be honest with you, we don't either online. In the shop we do, but online it's not explained well.
It's hard to.
You're going to see LM. You're going to see like 7.3 medium heavy dash LM.
Yeah.
And
Which is a big deal. The LM's a big deal.
LM stands for low modulus.
That's a big deal right there.
So now we have graphite crankbait rods that act like glass.
I compared those today, George. I sold a guy. See that, Nick? See how you're getting back in here? You're still getting that nice bend of the rod and that little bit softness in here, so that when you're dealing with treble hooks, you're not unloading on that fish right away. It's staying nice and limber all the way back through. And I compared this to, I mean, glass rods are a problem with people because they see the big diameter of the blank, the larger diameter of the blank, and they think, oh my God, what is this thing? You know, and for most people, if they don't like that, they don't like that big diameter. It's a mental thing, I guess. I grown to love mine, you know, the S glass. I don't even think about it. I just love the action of that whole thing. This low modulus, had a guy today. I showed him my favorite crankbait rod. I showed him 2 or 3 different ones, but they were all glass rods and they were all big diameter. And I know you guys are saying right now, like, yeah, you're right, man. The problem with it is that they look heavy. They look big. They look heavy. And in your mind, you're thinking it's heavy, but in your hand, it's light. And it's like you can't wrap your head around it. So I had a guy that just couldn't wrap his head around those big diameter blanks today. And I remember we just got this rod in and I was looking for it and I grabbed it and I said, listen, look at this. And I put it up against the glass rod and I bent him down. He was holding both of them and I was bent him down. I said, look at the tapers. They're the same exact taper. And I said, this is something I think Shimano did intentionally to bring the diameter of the blank down to a normal size, so that the people who just can't get themselves all wrapped around it, they can still do it with graphite. And it's a low modulus, so it acts a lot more like glass than, say, a CBR graphite crankbait rod or a St. Croix graphite crankbait rod. It acts a lot more like the true glass does. And it's very, very, very close to what the glass rods do.
Well, I mean, and I love your explanation on the glass.
I'm a glass guy.
And I've been a hardcore user of Loomis's CBR.
Yeah.
843, 845, and
St. Croix's
Avid, which they no longer make.
Yeah.
7-foot medium heavy, which is dead nuts freaking copy of an 845.
Yeah.
And well done.
Yeah.
And this rod right here is a medium heavy plus compared to those rods. And for you guys that are cranking guys, and you know who you are, you crank when others don't. You make a crankbait pattern work. Sunday in our tournament, you guys will be cranking the grass. You'll be cranking hardcover on high tide because you know that you got to get that reaction strike on those higher tides. And the crankbait, it's got a little power to it today. I don't know if you watched the Santee Cooper Elite today. I did.
Yeah, man, they're catching some giants on there, man.
And Ike, the legend, Ike, okay, Mike
bags.
is a legend. He was cranking, okay? And for 3 hours, he was leading, and he still has a hell of a finish today. So The crankbait, if you're not a cranking guy and you want to be a cranking guy, or you are a cranking guy and you're not satisfied with your cranking, I want to tell you about this rod right here. This is the 7.3 medium heavy low modulus. Now, I couldn't possibly tell you what these ratings are on here. I mean, it's just absurd. It's just absolutely absurd.
You want me to read them for
The
you?
writing, it could be anything from a 1/16 of an ounce to 10 ounces. I have no idea what it says. And I don't care, because when I flex a rod, I know what that rod's going to handle.
It's 7'3".
Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious.
And it's
I'm telling you, it's small print.
it's 3/8 to ½ ounce.
Perfect.
It's 10 pound to 20 pound line.
Perfect.
Power Pro rating 30 to 50, which they're always going to give a Power Pro rating on.
Oh,
that.
yeah, because they own Power Pro.
But the big thing is the LMB, and the B stands for the second series of Zodius.
So 3/8 to half. I'm here to tell you, if you want to throw, if you're just not happy with your current cranking situation and you want to throw a square bill in tight combat, you know, many, many times on this show, when I've talked about cranking grass and I've talked about cranking wood and I've talked about cranking docks, I've always said, don't use a crankbait rod. I need to get that fish out of there. I need to pop that crankbait free of the grass, clean for efficiency. I'm telling you, preaching it from the top of the mountain. This bad boy right here is a graphite crankbait rod with glass tendencies that will handle a 1.5 to a 6XD.
Yeah, but the tendencies. I don't know if you hit that right, because
I hit it right.
I felt like it was a graphite rod that had glass, 100% glass action. I'm telling you, I compared it to 3 different glass rods out here today. I'm telling you, George,
It has more power.
I know that, but
And it has more stiffness.
I don't know, man.
I can clean a crankbait in grass with this rod 10 times more efficient. I never thrown this rod 10 times more efficiently than I can with a glass rod. And by the way, I actually echo your sentiments on glass.
Yeah.
But we don't throw glass in grass.
Well, I'm not talking about grass. I'm talking about a rod that's a crankbait rod that's low modulus graphite that is more like a glass rod than any other one that's out there.
And
I don't like it for grass.
I do.
It's too soft in the tip, bro.
There ain't no.
You're gonna fight your ass off all day long with that.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, I completely disagree with you.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter because
Okay,
I mean I
that's
got like
fine.
a dozen crankbait rods.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'll have this one too.
But
So it doesn't really matter.
yeah, but I want our viewers to understand that when I compared it to 3 different glass rods, it acted more like the glass actions, but had the feel of a graphite rod. Is that right? You don't
mean
agree?
sensitivity.
The feel, like the look and feel of a graphite rod. The reason why people don't like glass rods is the big diameter of the rod. And that's it. That is it. I don't care what people say. Oh, I don't like that rod because it doesn't do this.
Well, if you take this rod
that-
and you flex it against the ceiling,
Yeah.
this rod, you don't even have to fish this rod in grass. This rod will clean a crankbait in grass with a high level of efficiency. And the reason I know that is I've spent the last 20 years cranking with a 7-foot medium fast, not crankbait rod, so I can clean my crankbaits.
Yeah.
And it flexes like
Well,
this.
In the grass, I would say that
In the grass.
I would probably use that one.
And only in the grass.
And then out of the grass, I would never use that rod.
I would use this rod for everything I do, from a square bill to a 6XD.
I think it's a great square bill rod, no matter, for treble hook cranking. Treble hook cranking is the key. That's the key to a soft action rod.
I'll tell you what this won't do. This rod right here will not throw any crankbait accurately under 3/8. But guess what? They built a 7-foot medium LM that will. So now what you're telling me is I need 2.
Yeah.
I need the 7-foot medium for my small baits.
Yeah.
And I need this for everything else.
I think I missed a whole entire thing. I think I did say. Yeah. I think I did mess up on the argument, George.
Well, Mike, I don't like to point out people's flaws.
Does that thing say medium heavy on it?
It does. 7.3 medium heavy. The other one's a 7-foot medium, which flexes exactly like your. And if I may just point out a few things.
Okay, Nick.
If I may, the rod you were comparing.
I retract everything that I've been saying. Nick, can you rewind the camera?
What I'm doing is see.
Huh?
What we call this?
We can edit it out.
Boys, what this is called is
edit that out because
what this
honestly,
is called,
the rod I sold today was a 7-foot medium.
Yeah. So what this is called is
LMB.
circling back. So what we're doing here is we're circling back. Okay. So we're coming around. We got the wagon. We're running 6 horses up front.
I didn't even see it said 7.3 medium heavy.
Think of the movie
What the hell was I
Tombstone.
doing?
Think of the movie Tombstone. So here I come around the corner, right? And you're Johnny Ringo, and I'm Doc Holliday. Okay.
I'm Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
I want to be Doc Holliday.
I'm Doc Holliday because you're just too high strung. Okay. You're no Daisy at all. Now look, the 7-foot medium now that is exactly like your 7.2 medium, moderate.
What would Doc Holliday say about that?
He'd say,
"I'll be a huckleberry."
There you go. All right, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All
right. Now, the last rod on the list on this Rod Fantastic Tackle Talk. I mean, this is just
it's going on forever,
I'll tell you,
George.
man, this is like the
This is stretching on. This is stretching on big time, bro.
now. Well, we're covering. This
I love
is
it.
A blend.
I love it.
This is a blend.
Yeah.
This is a hybrid.
Yeah.
But not like one of them ones you plug in. So, our good friend Alex Davis, legendary guide on Gunnersville, makes his living with a chatterbait for about 5 months out of the year with his clients. Designed this rod for Shimano. And we just got done talking about this, so we're not going to have to rehash all this, but this is a glass rod. How do I know that? Well, it says on here, 7.3 medium heavy plus. So it's a medium heavy plus. It's not a medium heavy. G for glass. Okay. Wrapped in carbon. Okay. So this is the carbon tape. You can see the crisscross pattern on there. CI4 reel seat. But check this out. I like this guy right here. You tell him I'm crankbaiting and Shimano's coming with me. Stop the show. Bob Austin just freaking killed it.
Oh man. That's perfect. That's perfect, man. Way to go, Bob.
I am actually
George. I know George is eating that up, man.
I am digging that stuff, man.
He quotes that freaking show all the time. That's great.
You
dude.
tell him I'm crankbaiting and Shimano's coming with me. Good God, that's good.
That is.
Check this out. $229.99 for a badass chatterbait rod. Not only that.
Yeah.
Not only that.
It's legit, dude.
No, it's legit. It's proven.
For sure.
Not sure what the weight rating is on here, but I'm going to tell you right now. I'm good up to an 8XD on this. I'm going to throw a 6 and an 8XD all day long on that rod.
It's a 7.3, 15 to 20 pound line, Power Pro 40 to 65, 3/8 to 1.
Yeah, and 8XD is like over 1, but I'm throwing
Power medium heavy plus.
It's a bad
moderate
son of a gun.
Moderate action. So it.
I got to tell you.
The thing about it is he nailed that. for a glass chatterbait rod, which this is the only thing he uses it for. And I think he's been here twice, and he's probably sold
Every one we could get our hands on.
every time we run out with him, because he explains this rod the way it really needs to be explained. And this is coming from a Gunnersville guide, a guy who fishes 200 days a year on Gunnersville guiding.
And I got to tell you, you know, the debate that rages between glass versus graphite in the chatterbait world,
Yeah.
will continue to rage.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Both sides are correct.
Yeah.
I feel like, and we've discussed this at length, but as a slight refresher, I feel like if you dedicate yourself to that setup and you spend time, seat time, you will master it, and you will adapt all actions from hook set to popping it from the grass to everything you do, casting, to that rod.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget Brett Height.
Yeah. Brett Height. I mean, he's the one and he mastered it. Absolutely mastered
He
glass.
will go to his grave telling you that a heavy glass
Yeah. Is the ultimate
is how
rod.
you roll.
Yeah.
And your favorite orange St. Croix rod. Now that chatterbait rod they make, that looks like a silo. I mean, I'm telling you,
What the hell? How in the hell did you come from the silo?
well, you know, I'm thinking missiles being launched, you know.
The diameter of it, you mean?
Yeah, the butt's is like a nuclear missile silo. Okay? Just saying. You all right? You all right?
That's so funny, man.
I'm sorry about that.
That's so funny.
I'm sorry about that. Thomas Buckley questions the glass with the single hook, which I like that question because this is where the argument starts, glass versus graphite, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what they do, Thomas, is in glass, okay, glass is very light, first of all. Don't be confused into thinking about, you know, old David Fritz's E-glass Brownings that you could literally wrap around your forehead, which is a great rod back in the day. But now it's always been actually, an S-glass is a very light glass, very predictable glass.
Yeah.
And in a lot of situations, there's other material added. And you know, that heavy, you got to go in pure glass, you got to go heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to go in pure glass, you got to go like the Evergreen Brett Height, which is heavy, the St. Croix heavy moderate, which is, you know, the missile silo.
Yeah.
Because that's what it looks like, man. It looks like a kickstand on a panhead Harley. I'm telling you, that bitch. Right?
Kickstand on a panhead Harley.
Well, they're heavy.
Oh God.
But it's light.
Yeah.
But now this rod is medium heavy, but it's medium heavy plus. But see, it has this carbon tape. And this carbon tape adds tremendous, like, should I say stiffness to it?
It does.
So,
it stiffens
you know,
it up. Way stiffens them up.
I'm just saying, like, this chatterbait rod debate will rage on forever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I have an old, medium heavy glass Poison Adrena.
Yeah.
And, you know, one day Mike and Corbin and I were going out for a steel cage death match, smallmouth fishing.
As we always do.
And I said, today I'm going to learn you something about chatterbaiting with a glass rod. And, you know, that particular day, the way they were eating it, couldn't really learn much. But I'm going to tell you something, with a medium heavy glass, straight glass, not good. Not good. I stopped fishing it for the chatter, even the baby jack, because it just doesn't have it. But when you put this carbon on there, I got to tell you, you lock them up. Because
Yeah.
by the time this gets to here, they're locked up in the handcuffs.
Yeah. I think that's a great point, George, is the argument on I'll never throw a chatterbait in the grass on a glass rod ever. I'm not used to it, and I'm not going to learn it. Even if you go heavy or whatever, go to this silo thing that George is talking about. I'm just not going to do it.
No, it's a heavy.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Well, and that's okay.
I'm just saying,
Again, this is America.
but Davey, but B Hype, Brett Height made his career on glass, and it's the same thing with treble hook glass rods, where I'll never throw a crankbait on anything more than ever on anything other than a glass rod. Never going to do it.
That's a long time.
Yeah, never going to do it. And that's, because I adapted my crankbait into that rod. You remember the time when we were down to flats, I was throwing a medium heavy glass rod in the grass, but it was just short grass. But I remember how to rip it out of there, and they were eating it.
Yeah, well, it was March. The grass was about 2 inches tall.
No, it was high. Where we caught all the fish
It was
out of
cold.
where we caught all the fish out of it was a higher grass.
It was a perfect scenario for what you were doing.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I was there. I netted every one of them for you. It was 26 pounds.
Well, yeah. So it was, wherever we found that little higher grass, but I mean, that's the only time I would fish the grass with a crankbait with a glass rod, for that situation. Now that they come out with the LMBs and the
Low modulus.
the low modulus graphite crankbait rod and rods like this Curado with that tape wrapped on there, it's a different feel. It's a clean, you can clean it, you can pop it like something that is like better in that situation than what I was doing, because I really had to work at it. I worked my ass off. And it's going to give you the benefits of the glass feel where you're not shaking the hooks on treble hooks. Let's just remember how often we lost fish with a graphite rod trying to crankbait.
Well, I mean, I'm
just happens a lot.
I'm not going to totally agree with you on that, obviously.
And once I lock down on one, with my glass rod, it's in the boat.
All right.
Period.
Let's take a stroll down the historical path of graphite crankbait rods, if I may.
Yeah.
These are rods that have, loaded many a live well that I can't agree with what you said, because I'm going to mention 5 of them to you. Just quick.
Yeah.
Lightning round, if I may.
All right, go ahead.
Without any interruptions.
Yeah.
CBR 843.
Yeah.
CBR 845.
Yeah.
Avid 7-foot medium moderate. Not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Caught a lot of fish on it though, but I didn't. That was
Don't
not
like it.
It's bottom. But the medium heavy moderate,
Not bad.
not bad.
Yeah, great
Tremendous.
rod. Yeah, great rod.
And here's one for the big boy, the big crank, the deep dog, the big plug,
Yeah.
the 711 Kamara.
Oh God, now you're going back to those days.
It's graphite. The CBR was the first. The CBR 843 and 845, and there was a 783C, if you will remember. Those 3 rods were the first graphite crankbait rods ever purpose-built for cranking.
Yeah,
They set the entire industry on its ear,
right.
and everybody followed suit.
Yeah. However,
I mentioned 5 rods that I will never put away.
that's fine. You can throw them all you want, but if you want to button a fish up and you want to get that fish in, you're fishing crankbaits and you're not fishing like grass, and you're fishing crankbaits, it's hard to beat the properties of glass to allow more of that rod. Now, if you look at all these rods, they bend similar, but the butt down to butt section, like the last half of the rod, you don't get any bend out of it. Whereas with glass, you'll actually get a little bit of softness there that you can't pull the hooks out of their mouth. Therefore, when you grab a fish that are nipping at it and you grab them by just a little bit, if you're not an educated guy that can see in the water, you watch it on TV all the time when these pros hook up fish with treble hooks, they can say, "Oh my gosh, he only has one hook," and they'll do something with their rod to try to get a second hook in it. With the glass, we don't see that. I'm not looking for that. I'm just trying to get the damn thing in the boat, and that rod will not pull those hooks out of its mouth. It will not do it. Absolutely will not do it. Now, you better have a good net guy, or you better be grabbing it properly. But I'm telling you, I've had them skin hooked. I can't tell you how many times I landed fish with a glass rod. So I'm not saying that the LMB, because that medium LMB for the first time ever, that thing was so close to my favorite graphite or crankbait rod in a graphite version that I've ever seen.
What are you cranking with when you get in grass?
I was cranking with a medium heavy glass rod, and I hated it. I hated it. It just, you worked your ass off too much. I mean, we did it. George and I used a 7-foot medium St. Croix rod in the grass.
I love it.
And it works great. However, you hook one of them fish weird, you lose them. Yeah.
It's not that absolute. Look,
It's pretty close.
I don't care what rod you have. At the end of the day, it comes down to how the fish eats the bait. And
it does.
To really evaluate these rods, like here's something that I believe, and this is a great. By the way, before I give you this next belief, which is huge, this is a great conversation.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people are enjoying it. We're getting great comments for the most part, and I mean, sometimes you just got to spit it out there, spin, and you end up with these banging shows. I got to say, you have to crank with a style of rod for a long time before you know, because there's so many scenarios you're going to run into. Like, we're talking about cranking grass, right? You got to crank a lot of grass. And I'm going to tell you, when I started cranking grass, the guy that said something at a weigh-in that I happened to be at was this badass pro from New Jersey by the name of Mike Iaconelli. And he had, I don't know, I can't remember if he won the tournament, but I think he won the tournament on the Potomac. He was in Doe Creek. He was cranking grass with a Bagley's crankbait.
Yeah.
And he was ripping the bait out of grass.
Yeah.
And I never tried that. I never even thought about that. I never even occurred to me. This was probably 20 plus years ago. And I fished in that tournament. I wasn't even on that. I was not on that page. Not even a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You were after that though, weren't you?
I was, and I learned from that, and I thought, wait a minute. So then,
what rod was he using?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I got to tell you, he was Team Daiwa back then.
Yeah.
It was probably not glass.
Yeah.
But from that day on, I've cranked grass, and I've tried many different rods. And I got to tell you, for me, just talking for me, the graphite crankbait rods that I love, the 845 Loomis, the 7-foot medium heavy moderate. Now you got to buy a Victory.
Yeah.
They're just no good in the grass.
They don't work.
They're no freaking good in the grass because of the
and my favorite glass rod. You can't throw it in there.
And it's an efficiency thing,
Right.
right? So
Right.
I got involved in a tournament, pretty good sized event on the Potomac another time, and it was in September, and it was freaking tough, man. I mean, it was like breaking big rocks into little rocks with the wrong size hammer all day long. And I figured something out at the last second of the last day of practice. Baby 1-, cranking grass, ripping the bait free cleanly. If it didn't come out of there clean, the efficiency was so bad and the bites were so scarce, you might not catch them. So that's when I started cranking grass with a fast taper, medium power casting rod. It could be 7, it could be 7.1, 7.2. As long as it was a fast taper graphite, my efficiency was good. And I got it in my head.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing good with my graphite crankbait rods. I wasn't doing good with my glass crankbait rods. And I usually carried like at least 5 crankbait rods with me.
You were sponsored by St. Croix back in the day, and let's go down memory lane here. The rattle trap came out. We were throwing rattle traps on regular graphite rods
in grass.
We were ripping it out of there. We were catching fish. We were losing,
which is the same thing we're talking about.
We were losing half of the fish. We figured out that one of the problems was the hooks. So we started swapping the hooks out. Then we went from losing half of those fish to only losing 1/3 of the fish. But we were catching them. We're getting bites. We're doing all that kind of stuff. Then, and I think it was that tournament that you're talking about that Iconelli won. I think he was doing it because George went to a glass rod with braid in the grass because we were losing so many fish. We were worried, like, well, what is it? Is it the bend of the rod? Is it too quick? Is it too fast? Or what's going on?
I gave that a run.
So he gave that a run for a while,
a year.
And he fished.
That's my point.
He fished a 7-foot glass rod with 20-pound braid on it with a rattle trap. And that rattle trap, the braid,
30-pound braid.
Well, yeah, the braid stiffened up the rod or stiffened up the jerk enough that it would clean the trap off in the grass. Well, that went on for a while, and the big fish were still coming off. The real big key 6-pounders to 5-pounders, you just couldn't control them in the grass. They'd wrap up in the grass, and they would come off. So then we went to another avenue and got into some other things, and then we kind of went back to fast taper
mediums,
but it wasn't extra fast, but they were mediums, and that's where we settled.
I don't even think they made extra fast then.
No, it was definitely medium, fast taper.
But Mike,
the rod filled up real nice enough that you could land those fish, and you had enough power with a big one you could turn his head and not let him get back into the grass.
The thing I think that's important about that, don't make your decisions hastily.
No.
So when you say, okay, I got to try this, because at the end of the day, you can listen to whoever you want to listen to, but there's some of you are intrigued about some aspects of this discussion. Listen, load it up and work it for a year.
It takes a while to really get the scenarios down.
Yeah, because you got all 4 seasons of the bass, all 4 seasons of the calendar.
Grass at all different levels.
I mean, grass, no grass, wood, no wood, rock, no rock.
Yep.
Now in my crankbait world, guys, when I get on rock, I go to a crankbait rod.
Yeah.
And I really like that CBR 845 Loomis. I used to really like that Avid 7-foot medium heavy moderate, but they discontinued that. And, at this point in time, I have pretty much broken all mine. The closest thing I can find to it is the Victory, which is probably pretty damn close to it, if not better.
Yeah, it is. It's
so,
good.
I mean, every manufacturer, not everyone, but most of the manufacturers have something in that vein. I noticed with Team Daiwa and their silver rods.
Yeah.
They have a number of wonderful crankbait rods, both glass and graphite.
Yeah.
But get that rod that flexes like we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And that's how that LM series from Shimano made this talk tonight, because I'm here to tell you.
That's full circle, George, because we're coming all the way back full circle.
That's the deal.
This LM is different. It's different. It's like that tweener now. Now we got that tweener that we can throw into the mix. And I guarantee you, George and I are going to have one of them. And we're going to work that thing over. And it may be our new favorite rod because of the ability with the graphite wrap that on that rod, the ability to clean that lure nice. But then
it's a whole rod's graphite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to have that extra power on that rod, and then the proper bend,
right?
That we can clean the rod, the grass, and land those fish with those tricky hook sets, with those tricky hookups. You
And
know,
I really wish that
we'll see about that.
I really wish that other than our show here, I think we did an admirable job explaining it. I really wish there was a better explanation out there in the world. You know, like there's not. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't even know what LM stands for. Okay.
Yeah.
Shimano's website will not tell you.
It's
Even
weird.
ours won't tell you.
Yeah. Well, there's
But-
no definition for it.
Well, you know,
What is it?
It's low modulus.
Yeah, it's low modulus, so there's a lot of glue in it and a lot of resin.
No, it's not a lot of glue and a lot of resin. It's a less stiff carbon fiber, meaning modulus
Okay.
means stiffness.
Right.
So high modulus, stiff.
Right.
Low modulus, not as stiff. So by taking a low modulus carbon and, you know, it's high power X, so it's laid up in a fashion to get that kind of bend, and then using that carbon tape, you have an extremely strong rod that has a cranking attitude about it with a little something, something.
Yeah.
It's very unique rods. There's only 2 of them. They're very, very unique. I can promise you that in the 27 lineup, which will be exposed at ICAST, there will be
A lot more of them.
3 to 5 more of them.
Yeah.
Going from 7-Eleven down.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because
It's badass.
it is. It's different. It's different than anything I've ever handled. And when I was wrong that it was a medium heavy, but I was with a medium, a 7-foot medium compared to a 7-foot medium in some of the other rods that I was showing. It's very similar, but yet it's different because it's carbon. It's different. It's the same, but it's different. It acts like it, but it doesn't. I don't know. It's going to be fun to fish with it and find out exactly how great it really is.
I'm digging that 7.3 medium heavy.
Yeah.
LMB. Gonna have to have one of them.
I like
digging that
the
7
idea of it.
For
Yeah.
medium, gonna have to have one of them.
All right. What else you got, George? So I want to get quick into the product line that you were talking about for this you know, if you were going to fish a tournament. You know, if you're going to jump in our tournament, and if George and I were going to go fish a tournament this weekend on Sunday, the greatest tournament of all time, what would we throw? how would we go about it?
I mean, you know, me and you would have 30 plus rods on deck. And that ain't even an exaggeration. They'd be back by the passenger seat. They'd be on both sides of the front deck because that's how we
Yeah.
fish. That's how we process.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do tonight, and
Because we wouldn't get any practice at all. We would just go down cold.
well, it doesn't matter.
We get out
Practice or no practice.
mean. We get
You
out
know the
mean.
water, you know the water. But what I wanted to do tonight, and I discussed it with Mike and Nick pre-production, and they said it was a pretty good idea. I wanted to talk about like a couple of like key techniques and get some good debate going. I want pros and cons from these guys, but like I feel like these key techniques can win this tournament. So I've had this tournament draws a number of beginners to the tournament world, but not beginners to fishing.
Yeah.
And they may not even be exposed to the tidal water fisheries that we have so close here. And I've been taking it upon myself to help them because I want to see success that way. And every year in this tournament, we have newer tournament anglers that cash a top 10 check.
They do.
And this year's going to be no different.
No different. First timers even.
So to me, there's 2 distinct ways to win this tournament. The most obvious, which will draw the most boats, is going to be the vast grass flats of the flats and the other areas that show great, vegetation. Furnace Bay, Swan Creek, the Susquehanna River, the lower third of the Northeast River, and there's others. Okay. So I am going to say, and I would like some good debate from Mike and Nick, but I'm going to say that with no stretch of the imagination, no embellishment at all, I feel this tournament can and should be won in the Northeast River. And if I was fishing this tournament and I was didn't have a lot of seat time on the water, or maybe I was newer to the water, or maybe I was a veteran, I would essentially fish. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'd go to where the off limits is on either side of the river, and I would put my trolling motor down. And my trolling motor would not come up for a very long time. Now, it's a problematic strategy.
Yeah, it is.
Because there's long periods of times, particularly on the incoming tide, which is going to be late morning on, say, noonish, where the gods are going to be unfavorable. And you're going to start losing faith.
What is the tide? What is the tide for the tournament?
I want to say it's about a 10:30 low.
Oh,
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 oh.
you got some great fishing in the morning,
What?
dude. And
How about-
great fishing on a turn of the
We
incoming.
got good fishing till noon.
We got really good fishing.
Really good.
till noon. Yeah,
But-
noon 1 o'clock.
In those bleak times when, you've gone multiple hours without a quality bite, that's when shit starts creeping into the brain pan. I got to go here. I got to go here. I got to go here. No. You need to rig up a drop shot first thing in the morning. And I'm a winder, and I'm talking drop shot.
Yeah.
And I want to go over this drop shot with you because this is what I call a power drop shot. Okay?
10:29 high tide, Conway's telling us.
High tide.
Yep.
Low in the morning. Well, I'm going to have to question Conway on that. Sometimes he gets into the
10:29 high tides
Granny's
incoming all
recipe
morning.
a little early.
No, he does.
All right, let's go over this drop shot. Now, for those of you who aren't drop shotters, this will be illuminating. For those of you who are drop shotters, you're probably not that impressed. But you might learn something, so why don't we all just hold hands and watch? Basic drop shot rig. You see, this is the point side of the hook. You always bring your line down through the point side of the hook, right? Now, I'm going to tie a Palomar knot here, but I'm going to use plenty of extra line. This is an exaggeration, right? And I'm going to come back up through. You with me? Palomar knot. Overhand. Don't let that loop close. Okay. By the way, this is 12-pound fluorocarbon. If I was drop shotting on the Chesapeake Bay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, in this tournament, I would not use less than this as my leader. Bring my hook point first through the loop. Bring it up. Grab that loop. Moisten. Pull that down. Boom. Now, the reason for the long tag end, I'm going to go down through the eye. Point side.
Perfect.
And now I have my drop shot. And that technique helps hold my hook out. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my weight and I'm going to be fishing boat docks, bulkhead walls, sea walls, isolated offshore wood, isolated shoreline wood, isolated clumps of grass, whatever the case may be. I'm going to use probably somewhere between probably a quarter. And what I'm going to do is, this has a pineapple clip on it. but I don't want a huge leader length. Like when I'm fishing real clear water, I like a foot or so. Down here for this kind of work, that's as long as I go. Okay. And I grab my line and I wedge it. So now I have my drop shot rig. Now, what I don't do. Oh shit, dropped my sinker. Oh, here it is. What I don't do, well, I'll tell you what, these pineapple clips ain't like they used to be.
Oh boy, with your glasses, dude.
This pineapple clip is a faulty pineapple clip.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just for the purpose
Yeah.
of illustration,
I can see that thing's all sprung out.
I'm gonna just tie a knot in there.
Yeah.
Pretend I didn't do that.
Yeah.
What I don't do is trim this off. That way, if I want to change that. Now, I've tied up like 40,000 drop shot rigs in my day,
Yeah.
and I've never had a pineapple clip do that. No wonder these guys.
I did. They came out of the bag with a bad clip on it.
This is brand new.
Yeah. I did.
This is brand new.
It doesn't happen often, but I did.
I found this back in the aisle. Somebody shoplifted 3 weights out of the bag.
Yeah.
I had 3 left.
Yeah.
Now, notice this hook. This is a 3.0 round bend. This is a 3.0 Robo Worm straight shank. We're not like using drop shot rods. We're not using drop shot hooks. We're setting the hook on fully grown adult bass fish with medium heavy spinning rods, with braid and a 12 to 15, 17 pound leader. I like 12 to 15, with 6 and 7 inch robo worms, something in that color range, with a Texas rig, because I'm going into the brush. I'm going into the wood. I'm going into the isolated pieces of offshore wood that I find. I'm going into the rock, the isolated rock that I find. And I don't want to get snagged. That, my friends, can win you SummerSlam.
One thing about that, George, that I learned about down
Look
there.
at that.
I'm gonna put the cat out of the bag here, Nick. I don't know if
That can win SummerSlam.
I don't know if I should, but I'm gonna put the cat out of the bag on a drop shot down there. If you throw to a target in the Northeast River, a pole, a pylon, whatever, and that thing doesn't drop exactly straight down alongside that pylon and hit the bottom right next to the pylon, for some reason, and I'm not here to question it, you don't get as many bites. And usually the big ones won't bite it. So if you're fishing in 8 foot of water and you're in a marina and you're flipping poles, it is so crucial to throw that thing to the pole and leave a shit ton of slack in your line.
I like to throw a little past it
And
follow it down.
well, I know, but I'm telling you, George, this is something that's different. I've fished with guys who are really, really freaking good at it, and I watched them diligently. These are guys that win a shit ton of money down there. It needs to fall exactly straight down. So whatever you got to do to get that thing to fall exactly straight down along that pole, that's what you got to do. And that's so, so important. And I fish with the best of the guys down there. I fish with the best of them.
Doug 79, great question. Is a spinning rod a must for a drop shot? Well, Doug 79, I'm going to tell you straight up, no. But I'm also going to tell you, keep in mind, you don't want a flipping stick. Okay.
Well, and in this situation, and I'm talking about the bay, and we're only talking about the bay, you're going to do yourself a disservice with a bait caster.
I don't know about that.
Unless you're in less than 4 feet of water.
Yeah. Well,
when you get to that deep water, you can't allow that bait to fall the way it needs to fall. And I'm telling you, I didn't ever believe this until I didn't get the bites. and my partner was getting all the bites. I've seen it from the best and arguably the best drop shot guy down there. I was with him for 8 straight hours flipping docks, and I watched diligently on it. You must have that bait fall straight down to the bottom, right next to the pole.
So what you're saying is you got to get that bait between the bark and the tree.
By the bark in the tree.
Between the bark and the tree.
Between the bark and the tree. And I'm telling you, George, that's something I never told you, bro. I kept it to myself. I kind of pulled it off to the side.
Yeah. My life has been changed forever.
When you and I go fishing and I'm cracking your ass, that's what I was doing.
I'm good with a net. Okay. I don't have a problem with that.
No, but this is something that's really important.
It's very important.
And you know who I'm talking about.
I'm not going to bring the name up right now.
I'm not either. I'm not going to bring the name up either.
But
I'm just
saying.
saying.
Simply saying that, for this tournament,
yeah,
I would not have that rigged
no,
up.
you have to have that rigged
and
up.
I would not spend.
What else would you throw?
The
we're
cool
running out of
thing
time
is
here.
you have 2 people.
Yeah.
So one guy's got to throw that thing nonstop.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going over everything. I'm going over some stuff that I think is perhaps overlooked. Next bait. And this holds true on hardcover and grass. And in my strategy, it's especially good on high water. That last half of incoming. That first half of outgoing. No, not true. Oversized square bill crankbait. That's a 2.5. Okay. Crank that grass.
Go big or go home.
Crank that hardcover. And not for 5 minutes. All the time for the last 3 hours of incoming and the first 2 or 3 hours of outgoing. Because when you catch a fish on this thing, there's a very good chance that it's going to scare you. But you got to believe. We're not going like to the Susquehanna River where we catch a pile of fish. We're going to a place where we're trying to win a major tournament.
Yeah.
Where 15 pounds and 60 fish, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a great day.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
We need 5 big bites.
Don't weigh them in because we don't need to weigh those in.
Yeah.
You need to have a sack, and this is a sack getter.
Well, you can weigh them in.
You can, but
yeah, we like
you
to
know.
have you weigh them in.
It won't be that exciting.
It'd be fun for them.
It'd be fun for you. Jerk baiting grass with a shallow running jerk bait. Again, you're probably not going to catch a ton of fish, but I would like to tell you, you're going to catch some overs. You need a couple 4s in that bag.
You could jerk bait shallow rock too with that.
You certainly
Rip
can.
wrap and
But it's really good in grass on high water.
Oh yeah. No
Because
doubt.
grass on high water kind of sucks.
It does. It's terrible.
But not with this.
You're looking for reaction bites at that
Not with
time.
this.
Yeah.
Not with this.
Yeah.
Not with this.
What's that?
This is a walking bait. This is a vixen. This is silver flitter shad. This is a bad son bitch right here.
It's topwater season, Nick. Post spawners are there, man. They're eating topwaters.
Now, can I possibly ask you guys why this doesn't get thrown very much in grass?
Because every 2 feet, grass gets all over the
Because
hooks.
99% of the time, your cast is no good.
Yeah.
But guess what happens on that 1% of the
I
time?
know. I do
Every
it.
once in a while.
I do it.
Big boy.
I do it. Pain
So-
in the ass.
These are techniques that provide big fish. Now, low water, grass fishing. Somebody has to be frogging.
It's time. It's time, Nick.
Somebody has to be frogging.
It's going to be 80 degrees on Sunday, Nick, right?
Okay.
So that's going
A
to get them
black
fired up.
frog. Could be a white frog.
Yeah.
Could be a brown frog. I'm throwing either black or white, probably black.
Yep.
But accurate cast, walking through the grass, be a believer.
Yeah. Can I jump in there?
You may.
So in the grass, which I think this weekend the grass is going to play big time.
Well, can we make a bet on the side?
Yeah.
Does the tournament be won in the grass or does the tournament be won on hardcover?
I think because of the weather pattern that we're having here, I think the winning bag is going to come out of the grass.
How much?
How much? About the same?
I like it. All right, we're going.
All right.
Going billfold for billfold
Yeah.
on this one.
No, I'm just saying.
Don't let me down.
I'm just saying because George, and I'm saying that if it was a cold front situation, I think the Northeast would be the player. I think on this warm weather, starting tomorrow afternoon as this rest of this front blows through. Tomorrow there's going to be a lot of sun. It's going to start warming up, and then Saturday it's really going to warm up. I think Sunday there's going to be a big, massive pile of fish ready to eat on the grass. Honestly. And if you're not dragging a brush hog, baby brush hog, or if you're not dragging a creature bait, Nick, what's your favorite one?
Oh my
the front
God.
flapper.
Huh?
The front flapper.
Yeah, front flapper from Norris.
Guess what? That's legit.
Yep. And if you're not maybe even Senko fishing a wacky
How
rig
come you didn't ask me
Senko,
what my favorite creature bait is?
I just said it. If you're not throwing a brush hog or a baby brush hog and dragging that around, if you're not dragging something around to try to come across one of those beds with those big females on it or one that's looking for it, I think it's a problem. If you're not throwing a chatterbait, it's a problem because they're going to be eating a chatterbait. So I think the grass, and you got to look for the subtleties difference in the grass. Just because there's 50 boats piled up in one spot doesn't necessarily mean that all the fish are right there.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Which is why I think the hardcover is going to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's small patches of grass that will hold 30-pound bag.
So we got a great question here from Chris Goldsberry. What is your frog cadence? So, Chris, I'd love to take a stab at answering that for you. So, and don't worry, every year we do like this crazy frog show, right? We're probably going to try to get Ish on for this one this year because he's just, guy's just frog guy.
He's frog guy.
But I am all about walking the frog. I want that frog to walk. And I'm somehow have convinced myself that I get more bites when my frog is walking. But as far as the cadence goes, I kind of have like early season, spawn season, which right now for us, we're probably in our last major wave of spawning fish coming up. My whole motto has always been slow during the spawn. And then post spawn and summer, I speed it up. Now, I'm paying very close attention to what happens. And one of the things that I've learned quite a bit about that rule of thumb, slow during the spawn, faster in the post spawn. One of the things that, took a while because it's got to get through a thick head. But probably on tidal water, and I'm talking primarily the Chesapeake Bay and the Potomac River, probably the biggest thing that I've ever learned about frog fishing and post spawn is I've done extremely well with toad style baits. Horny toad, ribbit. Those are the only two I fish. Bull ribbit, regular ribbit, horny toad. Feel them out, see which one. Usually doesn't matter. Sometimes it does.
It's a great time to start throwing that.
But it's faster pace, right?
Cover more water.
And during the spawn season, I consistently catch them on a little bit of a slower pace. So if I was going to illustrate it for you, it would be like boom, 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 boom. Whereas in the post spawn, I'm dunk, 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 dunk. Dunk, dunk, dunk. I want that. It's almost twice as fast. Mm-hmm. And again, we make assumptions to get started.
It's if you're getting fish blowing up way behind your bait, You remember how they do that this time of year?
or jump completely over top of it.
I honestly feel like the ones that were blowing up behind your bait are like close to a bed or on a bed or something like that. And you really got to figure out where that was and then throw back and let it set. Pop. Just
Always with the follow up.
Just let it set or follow it up with a Senko or something different. But if you get a lot of fish blown up behind it, you really need to slow down or stop or do some stuff in between. And then make sure you always have a follow-up bait.
Always.
Big time. Always have a follow-up bait.
Usually what I do.
Would you even think about a frog right now, Nick?
I would. The thing is,
don't.
Because
I know you wouldn't.
No, I probably wouldn't. But
yeah,
if there's two people in the boat,
yeah,
somebody throwing it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly.
It just wouldn't be me,
right?
But that's because it's just not my thing. But if you've done it already,
yeah,
I know. I see. George has been very successful.
Yeah,
with it.
I throw. I throw a frog from early to late.
One of the things that you guys are bringing up, though, that I think is so important is you're looking for 5 right bites.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get your mind right. And there's fishing and there's tournament fishing.
Right.
Yeah.
In fishing,
gotta get your mind right,
I want
buddy.
to go down there and catch a pile of fish.
Yeah.
In tournament fishing, I mean, if it's a team tournament and I catch one and it counts, I'm pretty good. If you catch the other 4, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it is. And Nick, I noticed that fishing with you the few times that I have, and the great days we've had on the water, that's your mentality is a definite. I'm just going to keep doing this until I hit the right fish on the head, and you put some good fish in the boat. I always mix in the other opportunity, the weird thing that if I'm fishing with a really good guy that's good at what you do, which is wacky rig Senko and dragging something on the bottom, flipping something, then I'm going to mix in something different to follow you up. And that's going to be a chatterbait. That's going to be the, that's going to be the top water. That's going to be the weird kind of something to try to get that giant fish to react. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean,
Yeah.
again, when you're looking at tournament versus fun,
yeah,
you got to think
yeah,
the right ones.
yeah.
Right. Now, our tournament is a mixture of both because if you don't cash a check,
I got my mind right,
you
boss.
didn't.
It's Bob Austin's right, man.
If you don't cash a check, you didn't spend any money on an entry fee.
Yeah.
So, we always do a rig of the week segment, and we always give away a prize from the previous rig of the week. So this week was kind of like a hybrid rig of the week.
Yeah.
Because we tied it into some.
We put it all together.
Tied it into some SFT SummerSlam talk.
Yeah.
And that was the very basic, but yet very intricate drop shot rig.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys remembered the little tiny nuances of which side of the hook I start my knot on, how I put my hook point through the loop, how I put my line down through my eye. Basic? Yes. Common knowledge? Should be. Did somebody learn something tonight? I'd say quite a few people did. So it's a basic rig of the week, but an important rig of the week.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think of drop shot. They think of a drop shot rod. This drop shot here ain't be fishing on no drop shot rod.
No.
We're going with medium heavy spinning rod.
Learned that a long time ago.
Extra fast taper, medium heavy spinning rod.
Yep.
And we're going to light them up like it's the 4th of July.
Yep. Make sure you like and share and comment on Nomad Designs. Make sure you link that, right, Nick?
Yep. Like and share. And then on the comments below, just tag Nomad Designs.
Yep.
And you're good to go.
Yep. And for guys who didn't get their gift cards yet, I'm working on it. I just got one guy that just finally emailed me, and I'll get that out to you here just as soon as this tournament's over. Maybe even tomorrow I'll be able to have some time to do it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. And anybody else who didn't get the gift card, whatever, just reach out to us. I mean, we're here to. I think there was one other person that didn't follow
Engage.
up or engage, or we messaged and it didn't come through or whatever.
Whatever.
If you hear that you won, or you go back through the old shows and find it, we'll probably engage with you again. But
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who won last week?
Okay.
Because I know he's on the show.
The winner.
I know the name and I
of
saw
the
him.
$25 gift card for Nomad Design, or from Nomad Designs, for sfttackle.com or on in the shop here at Susquehanna Fishing Tackle is, hang on here, and the winner is Joe Hepp.
Yeah.
Joe
boy.
Hepp is the winner.
Woo!
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go, baby. Yeah, come on, Joe. $25 gift card.
Joe just fell off of his.
Yeah, make sure you get a hold.
I mean, the crowd loves it.
I love it.
Crowd loves it.
Make sure you get a hold of us, Joe, and we will make sure we get that thing. And anybody who emailed me, I'm taking care of you this week. Been a little overwhelmed, but make sure you get in there, put your Nomad Designs on there, and we really appreciate it. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this show. It was
I liked it.
It was a last minute throw together for some things there, but I really like this kind of show. I love the stuff that we learned tonight, and we have lots of other things through the next several weeks that we're going to do.
Look at Joe on there.
Yeah, Joe,
Hell
I'm
yeah,
a winner.
Joe.
Hell yeah,
Hell
buddy.
yeah, Joe.
Hell yeah, bud. Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll catch you on the next Tackle Shop Live.
Sunny day, right there you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream? The next day you called me up, you told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms. Well, I know what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down low and I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Oh, please, lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, with chills running down my neck.